Are the faceless men or Skrulls involved here? Or both? Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down 10 actors who have been in Marvel and Game of Thrones. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the performers who have appeared in properties based on Marvel Comics, as well as the TV show Game of Thrones. There may be spoilers for both ahead, so take care. Number 10, David Bradley, Captain America, the First Avenger.
My honored guests, be welcome within my walls and at my table.
Actor David Bradley is best known among Game of Thrones fans for playing the vile Walder Frey, who helps orchestrate the infamous Red Wedding. However, the veteran actor also had a small and far more palatable role in the first Captain America film.
I think that you are a man of great vision, and in this way we are much alike.
I am nothing like you.
Bradley played an unnamed churchkeeper in Norway, charged with the protection of the Tesseract. He ultimately fails in this mission as the Cosmic Cube is discovered by Hydra and Red Skull, and he's executed. Both characters may end up dead, but one definitely deserved it more. Number 9, Ed Skrein, Deadpool. There have been several notable recastings in Game of Thrones, but one of the most jarring is that of Daario Naharis.
I have no interest in slaves. A man cannot make love to property.
The first actor to play the character was Ed Skrein, who brought an undeniable charm and swagger to the character. His appearance in Deadpool had plenty of swagger too, but very little charm.
You should thank me. Apparently I made you immortal. I'm actually quite jealous.
Skrein plays Francis, aka Ajax, the villain who both gives the titular wisecracking anti-hero his powers and disfigures him through torture, leading to Deadpool's vengeful rampage. We do have to commend Skrein for being able to make us love him in one role and hate him in another.
For it to work, we need to subject you to extreme stress.
Number 8, Richard E. Grant, Logan.
I'm offering you the possibility of redemption.
Another experienced actor, Richard E. Grant plays the villain in Logan, Dr. Xander Rice, a man who not only experiments on children, but who also helps orchestrate the near extinction of mutants through genetically modified foods.
You have no right to an opinion.
In Game of Thrones, Grant plays a similarly ill-tempered but far more comedic role, or roles, as Isambaro, the leader of a theatre troupe in Bravos, who perform a bawdy and thoroughly inaccurate play about the events of the show until that point. Grant plays caricatures of Robert Baratheon and Tywin Lannister within the play itself. Talk about range.
Cast the day I named you.
Number 7, Natalie Dormer, Captain America, the First Avenger.
It's not an easy thing admitting to yourself what you really are. It's taken me a while.
In Game of Thrones, Natalie Dormer plays Marjorie Tyrell, a beautiful and savvy player who marries 2 of the kings and almost makes for a good queen. Marjorie's ambitions may be foiled by Cersei, but her skills in politics and seduction are considerable.
I read about what you did.
Oh, yeah.
Her role in Marvel is similarly entrancing, as she has a small part as Private Lorraine, a military secretary who manages to briefly pull Captain America's eyes from his primary love interest, Peggy Carter, thanks to some flattery over his recent heroism and a rather forward kiss.
They're not here.
Number 6, Maisie Williams, The New Mutants. Maisie Williams is set to star in the super delayed Marvel film, The New Mutants. Williams' character is Rani Sinclair, also known as Wolfsbane, a Scottish mutant who has powers similar to a werewolf.
All of you are dangerous. That's why you're here.
How well she plays the character is currently unknown due to the aforementioned delays, but her portrayal of Arya Stark on Game of Thrones was exceptional.
I'm getting into this castle one way or another.
Her journey from rebellious daughter to wannabe killer to assassin to incredible warrior was a joy to watch. We can only hope that Williams brings the same intensity, wit, and physical skill to her Marvel role too.
Guess I've changed.
Number 5, Sophie Turner, X-Men Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix.
He loves you, you know that.
That bothers you?
Men do stupid things for women.
As Sansa Stark on Game of Thrones, Sophie Turner grew up over the course of the show, along with her character. Sansa begins the series as a naive young girl whose many hardships and time spent as a pawn in the game of others help forge her into a formidable player in her own right.
It's no animal. It's a man.
She plays a different sort of formidable character in the X-Men films as Jean Grey, a powerful psychic mutant and member of the younger generation of the titular group. Both Turner's characters also handle their power in different ways.
Stay away from me!
Number 4, Ewan Rasheed, Inhumans. Game of Thrones has some truly hateable characters, and one of its most reviled is Ramsay Bolton, played by Ewan Rasheed.
Kneel before me, surrender your army, and proclaim me the true Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North.
Ramsay's wanton, gleeful sadism and numerous crimes against everyone around him, along with Rasheed's charismatic performance, helped make the character a great villain even by the show's impressive standards.
If we were on Earth, we would have an entire, glorious planet to live on, thrive on!
Rasheed played another antagonist, Maximus, on the short-lived Marvel show Inhumans. Although Maximus is another man who executes a coup against his family to rise in power, he's a far more sympathetic character than Ramsay, even if they do both meet rather grisly ends.
Open the door, don't leave me in here!
Number 3, Richard Madden, The Eternals.
3 victories don't make you a conqueror.
It's better than 3 defeats.
Richard Madden got his big break on Game of Thrones, portraying the young wolf himself, Robb Stark, whose quest to avenge his father and defeat the Lannisters ended in tragedy. Nevertheless, during Madden's time on the show, his portrayal of a young man dealing with the pressures of command was compelling.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Icarus, Richard Madden.
Although Madden's role as Icarus in The Eternals is still forthcoming, we look forward to seeing his talents be complemented by the character's numerous powers, and we're confident that he'll be able to stand out among the impressive ensemble cast, since he already has experience in that.
Escort Lord Karstark to the dungeon. Hang the rest.
Mercy, sire! I didn't kill anyone! I only watched for the guards!
Number 2, Kit Harington, The Eternals.
And I can also confirm, playing a non-Eternal character in this film named Dane Whitman is Mr. Kit Harington.
Richard Madden won't be the only Stark brother to be in The Eternals. Kit Harington will also be joining the cast as Dane Whitman, aka Black Knight. While not much is known of the film at present, Black Knight in the comics is portrayed as an expert swordsman, and Harington certainly fits the bill there, given his many impressive sword fights in Game of Thrones. As Jon Snow, Harington captured the character's reluctance to command, despite his ability to inspire loyalty, as well as his physical prowess, and helped make the character one of the most iconic from an already stellar cast.
Battles have been won against greater odds.
Before we unveil our top pick, here's some honourable mentions.
I was adopted by a group of monks. There I learned how to summon my chi. I'm the immortal Iron Fist.
You know the rules about cell phones in my dojo.
I need you to be perfect today. Can you do that for me?
Number 1, Peter Dinklage, X-Men Days of Future Past, and Avengers Infinity War.
If only we were trapped in a castle, in the middle of winter with nowhere to go.
It's only fitting that our top pick goes to the only entry on our list to appear in 2 entirely different roles.
Well, now we are the Neanderthal.
In addition to playing Tyrion Lannister, the quick-witted and unfairly maligned dwarf on Game of Thrones, The actor also portrays Bolivar Trask, the man responsible for the creation of the robotic Sentinels who menace the X-Men, as well as Atri, a disfigured king of the dwarves who helps Thor forge his new weapon in Avengers Infinity War. All three are powerful men who cast big shadows, though one of them is a bit more literal about it.
Did it have a name?
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.